Hello my friends and viewers, I'm going to conduct my second review today. It is dedicated to the Soviet ITP M-1 fighter, which means истребитель тяжелый пушечный. The design was proposed in November 1940 by the Soviet aircraft constructor Nikolai Polikarpov, and the design centered around ASA. There are two variants of ITP, one centered around Klimov M107P engine, and the second around Mikulin AM37 inline engine. Both were armed by 37mm and two 20mm cannons. The 37 cannon was a long-barreled cannon SHA-37, and the fighter was intended both for bomber escort missions and also for ground attack role, for which the 37mm cannon could be loaded with armor-piercing belt to destroy enemy light armored vehicles. The plane also had racks for 8 unguided RS-82 rockets, or 8 RBS 82 rockets, which were the variation of RS-82 with a heat warhead for anti-tank use. Despite having a pretty powerful engine with advanced cooling system with radiators in the wings, the plane the main material used for plane production was wood, which is, or to be more precise, molded birch plywood. The reason this was proposed because to make the plane more affordable to build. However, eventually the plane was cancelled because of a German advance on Moscow, which at first Nikolai Polikarpov had insisted that the project must be continued. However, it was cancelled because there were already planes with almost equal performance in production, which is quite dependable because, ITP was capable of reaching the speed or around 670 kilometers per hour, which was better than most Soviet early war planes. Eventually, the first ITP prototype M1 was completed in October 1941 with a 1300 horsepower M107P engine, which is exactly the variant represented in the game. The strong side of this plane in the game is a relatively good maximum diving speed compared to most other early war Soviet fighters, and also very strong armament with a decent ammo pool, which allows you to kill up to 4 or 5 enemy planes without having to return to your base for rearmament, which will happen in this game. I will eventually kill 4 enemy planes, and I will probably use ITP to finish my battle pass quest, which requires me to kill 3 or more enemy planes in 10 air realistic battles, or AZZ, or well, it can be done both in arcade and the realistic air battles, and even in ground battles with a fighter. However, I don't like arcade at all, and it also requires you not to die. So basically it has the same doing it in air RB, where you can die only once, or air arcade has the same level of difficulty, and I just don't like playing in air arcade battles because, well, they have unrealistic this mod has unrealistic physics. It's too casual, and in my opinion the only reason there are arcade air battles in the game is to decrease to make learning curve less sharp for new players. Or real men only play air realistic battles. One hit from a 37mm cannon is usually enough to kill enemy planes, and several hits will most certainly kill even heavy bombers, as you can see. While 20mm cannons have deal less damage, but have decent fire rate, which make it easier to hit targets with especially fast moving ones. So I recommend using 20mm Schwach cannons against light aircraft such as fighters, single engine fighters, and using 37mm cannon in head-ons or against twin or multiple engined aircraft. Spoiler, Mosquito is going to die. The plane has pretty good survivability, despite being made mostly mostly made from wood or plywood, to be more precise, which is lighter than wood. However, its weak side is inline water-cooled engine, which means if your radiator gets damaged, the water will leak out and leave your engine without cooling. Also, as you can see, 37mm cannon can also be used against ground targets. So I had managed to survive right to the end. As you can see, the XP50 is going to die too. Thank you for watching, and Slava Ukraini! Please support Ukraine in whatever way you can. See you later. Like and subscribe.